spoilers! Cloudy are up for elimination. You get 2 votes, so you can either vote the same contestant twice or vote for 2 different people.
Oh wow, putting the most popular team up for a double elimination. I sure hope this doesn't have any repercussions on the fan base at all. Surely nobody would try rigging the votes or anything, right? Wait, what's that in the background? Why do I hear boss music? Okay, so people are rigging the votes. But surely somebody stepped in to, you know, tell them to not do that, right? Oh, hey, looks like someone did. Oh, wait. Oh, that's APOY. You know, I wonder if APOY's made any new videos recently now that I'm on the topic of him. Alright, a person on YouTube. Oh. Wait, I swear I've seen this in the past. There have been instances in the past where somebody has tried to use their fanbase to sway the votes with varying success. The 2 biggest examples of this being Adam and Teapot 10 and Derpy Hooves and BFDIA 4. Derpy, in case you don't know, rigged a teardrop out over Coiny. Coiny was losing the dislikes, and then Derpy Hooves got their fanbase to mass dislike teardrop to save Coiny. That's cheating. There's no 2 ways about it. Adam then tries to do the same thing in Teapot 10, where he tries to get his fanbase to save Nickel, even bribing them. The problem with Adam doing this is he's actually on the crew, so this is the biggest defender of this. This doesn't save any other instances of this. APOY is literally doing what Derpy did, where he's telling his fans to vote a certain way because that's what he wants. And yeah, this is literally rigging after he told somebody on Twitter not to cheat the votes. So I guess we're being a hypocrite now? I mean, again, I'm not trying to harass him, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like this isn't fucking bullshit. So now we're gonna actually look at this video and see if he at least has a reasonable explanation for this. Because spoilers, there's never a reasonable explanation of rigging the votes, but I just want to entertain this. Okay, I was initially just gonna post my reaction to his video at the end and call the video off there, but that ended up being like 20 minutes, and I don't think anybody wants to see me go off about this one video for 20 minutes straight, so I'm just going to brief over his points.
Okay, I don't have time to lose. Pillow's been put up for elimination, except this time 2 members from Cloudy A will get eliminated. So considering her high chance of getting out, I'm gonna make a video on why you should vote Pillow to be safe in Teapot 16. Let's do it.
You can just hear the desperation in the voice there.
Reason 1. My analysis. If you're unaware, I made a 30-minute video breaking down Pillow's entire character throughout the show, and you would be surprised to find out that she's actually a really compelling and interesting character. So if you haven't already, check out that video. I'm sure it'll make you feel more intrigued by Pillow.
Okay, so the first reason for us to vote Pillow is because you want us to go and watch a different video of yours. You don't add any citation to that video, you don't add any kind of summarization of that video, you don't even cover important topics you talked about in that video. You just tell us to go and watch a different video for why we should vote Pillow.
Reason 2. Voting history. Let's say, for example, you want to vote for either golf ball, pencil, or winner. If any of these 3 cross to your mind when casting your vote, then you'll be wasting a vote. I'm not saying that because those characters are bad or anything, but it's more so the fact that when you look at this team's first elimination, it becomes obvious that half of the team is obviously gonna be saved.
So his claim this time is that you are wasting your vote if you're going for either pencil, golf ball, or winner this episode. And his reason for this, wait for it, is because he's going on the votes from Teapot 13, 4 episodes ago. He's basing his entire argument on how the votes were prior to Pencil being on the team and while Barfbag was still on the show. He's failing to account for the fact that opinions change each and every episode. Just because Golf Ball and Winner did well in the last vote does not 100% mean that they're going to survive here. You also cannot fairly lump Pencil in with those 2 because Pencil was not on the team at the time. She was up for a completely different vote. So no, just because Pencil got voted in does not mean that she's going to survive this vote with absolute certainty.
Let's take a look at those votes. Golf Ball is the biggest example of this, receiving almost 40,000 votes. That's almost like the same amount of votes Black Hole usually gets. Followed by Winner with 24,000 votes, and then Pencil receiving 20,000 votes to join. And while one might say that these votes could drop, let me remind you that, for example, Winner got that amount of votes while barely doing anything remarkable in Teapot 12. So I think they have enough of a strong fan base to be okay on their own for this elimination.
So, APOY calls out Winner for getting 24,000 votes back in Teapot 13, despite not doing much in Teapot 12. To an extent, okay, understandable argument. The problem, though, Golf Ball was the only one on Cloutier that episode to do anything remarkably good. That's why she was the first safe by 15,000 votes. Sure, Yellowface and Donut, okay, they had their roles in that episode, they did stuff, but Cloutier was just not a good team that episode, so that's not necessarily strong ground to stand on, considering half the team did basically nothing that episode. So of course people are going to look at prior episodes and realize, oh, Winner was a prominent character a couple episodes ago, so we're going to vote for Winner. Yes, that is obviously going to happen. However, now that Cloutier is actually doing a good amount of stuff in the show, yes, Winner will fall. Maybe they'll get around the same amount of votes, but that's just because of how the voting style is. Winner's not going to get the second highest vote count this episode. In fact, I think Winner is actually in danger of getting eliminated. So to a certain degree, sure, Golf Ball and Pencil might be in the least amount of danger, but nobody on this team is guaranteed to be safe because it's a double elimination. Therefore, this point is pretty weak, as there's no real quote-unquote wasted vote this round like you claim. Because again, Winner has not done much in recent times. Sure, they might have carried in Teapot 14, but that was after a weird retcon, and Teapot 14 again was just not a good Cloutier episode. Sure, this episode might have sparked a friendship between Winner and Book. However, considering Yellowface has a new friendship with Price Tag, this isn't a Winner exclusive deal. Everybody has their cross-team connections, whether positive or negative. So it's not like Winner's gonna get a massive vote boost because, oh, look, they have a friend on a different team. And again, Yellowface is gonna probably get Price Tag fans, which will knock Winner down further. So again, even if Book fans come to Winner's rescue, Winner is still far from safe like APOY claims they are.
Now let's take a look at the other half of this team. Pillow, Donut, and Yellowface. Out of these three, Pillow was the one with the biggest amount of votes, and yet the difference of votes between Winner and Pillow is huge, being an entire 10,000 vote difference from Winner. So yeah, I do think the real dilemma is gonna be between Pillow, Donut, and Yellowface. I think we all accepted Yellowface getting eliminated, as sad as that is.
And here we have yet another issue with this video, where APOY claims that Yellowface is 100% non-negotiable, getting voted out, it doesn't matter what happens. And that is wrong, that is just straight up wrong. Sure, he is far from the most popular member on the team, however, Price Tag fans are probably inclined to save him after their friendship this episode. Plus, over the course of the last 4 episodes, Yellowface has definitely had his moments that could have garnered him more fans or more people who want to see what he's going to do in the show. APOY's entire argument is about living in the past, and that's not the best way to look at the votes. And if you don't believe me, Bommy's elimination. Let's take a look at Bommy's elimination. In Teapot 10, Bommy had the most votes by far. Everybody else on Just Not was in a voting war, but Bommy was a good 4,000 votes ahead of the second most voted. However, over the course of one episode, there was no episode in between for the team to develop. In one episode, Bommy went from the one Just Notter to not be a part of that voting war, to then being the one who gets eliminated in Teapot 12. If that one episode is enough to change the outcome of the entire team that drastically, then Yellowface being in the bottom 2 4 episodes ago does not mean shit in the long run.
So that leaves us with Pillow and Donut. So if you do want to vote for Donut, why should you vote for Pillow, right? Well, let me explain. Reason 3. Donut and 1. Have you been wondering why 1 didn't get to Donut yet? It's kinda weird when both Fanny and Ice Cube were assisted by her. Why is Donut so different? Well, there is a way we can make sure that 1 gets to Donut, and that is through elimination. Think about it. If Donut gets eliminated, he might be taken by 1, which would finally set his deal with her.
At the start of Teapot 16, it was hinted at that Donut and Golf Ball are going to be involved with the 1 arc. When Ice Cube says that they need someone reliable, the camera zooms over to those 2 characters. Now, this is a bit of a bold assumption on my end, but I think it's more realistic to assume that Donut will be a part of this storyline if he survives in Teapot 17, rather than assuming that the only involvement he will ever get is if he gets eliminated and 1 takes him in Teapot 17, which is stupid. Another hole in this logic is that you're banking on a realistically low chance that 1 can even get to Donut. It doesn't matter which Algebraian hosts Cake at Stake. Foreign X didn't hesitate to send Pin and Ice Cube away when they were announced to be out. They had decently quick goodbyes, maybe a little longer than it should have, but still. and then they got teleported away. I think it's likely that 4 and X are at least going to do Cake and Steak. Maybe they don't do the challenge, but I do think they managed to host Cake and Steak. Even if 2 is able to do Cake and Steak, he'd probably just send the eliminated people away without any hesitation due to the amount of people that got kidnapped because of him hesitating. This entire point is literally about why you should not vote Donut. Not once is Pillow mentioned. Look through this point, not once is Pillow mentioned. This really just feels like an excuse to shit on Donut more than it is an excuse to save Pillow from elimination. Which again, this is a video about saving Pillow, not shitting on Donut. So what the fuck?
Besides, what would one want from Pillow anyway? One can definitely bring back Donut's arms. So to make that happen, we should just let Donut get eliminated to see if one would get him to sign a deal as well. But what about Pillow? Why should you vote for Pillow specifically? Reason 4. Unique role. As we saw in T-Pod 16, Pillow had a pretty unique role in the challenge. Instead of going with her team, she made a call to become X-Little's assistant, ratting out anyone who she would find. I like to think that Pillow is just that flexible when it comes to writing. You can do many things with Pillow as a character as long as you don't forget her key personality points. And I think that can really be applied to the other characters in her team. She's the only one capable of having these little subplots.
This is probably the most reasonable argument APOY makes in the entire video. Yet I do still have my problems with this one. From what we've seen in Teapot, a lot of Pillow's moments do involve either killing or attempted murders. Sure, this is quote-unquote unique, as nobody else in Teapot really has their entire character revolve around murders and whatnot, but I'm gonna tap the sign. Unique does not always equal good, and I'm tired of pretending like it is. Teapot 10 is a weird-ass Pillow episode. Sure, it leans into the researcher aspect of her personality, but considering all we've seen of Pillow up to Teapot 10 is just her killing people or attempting to kill people, you can see why this is such a weird Pillow episode. What was especially off about her character this episode, though, was the nice act at the end of the episode where she kickstarted the Book and price tag friendship. Now, yes, Book did suggest at Cake and Steak that, oh, you could try doing a good deed to get good luck, but this was not referenced the entire challenge until after they lost. Which makes me, the viewer, think the writers threw this in just to save Pillow for another episode. And here's the thing, if this side of Pillow was shown more often, the researcher side of her, I'd be more willing to forgive this, I'd be more willing to actually agree with APOY's point here. However, the researcher part of her character has been mentioned 4 times at most across the entirety of Teapot. Teapot 2, Teapot 10, Teapot 12, and Teapot 16. And Teapot 12 was a one-off joke about, oh, I want to research a team with a bad team leader. And Teapot 16, where she had a singular scene with Snowball. Therefore, this feels more like a huge stretch than anything to justify voting Pillow to stay. He also says that Pillow is the only one capable of having these little subplots, which is completely untrue. It is false. The best counter I can think of to this is when Grassy was controlling Tree, Lai was coaching Pen, and Yellowface and Winner, again, have their friendships with Price Tag and Book. These are all subplots from Teapot 16, which is yet another case of APOY just gassing up Pillow and downplaying anybody that's not Pillow.
From time to time. So, if you want more from Claudia besides the pencil storyline, I would suggest to go and vote for Pillow, so that she can have these kind of subplots in the future too.
Considering that Winner and Yellowface are also not involved with Pencil storyline, we already have more from Claudia than just the Pencil storyline. As I genuinely doubt that Yellowface and Taggy and Winner and Book are going to be a 1-episode deal.
If anything, if Pillow reaches the merge, imagine what kind of things Pillow will do on her own. I say you give her a chance by voting for her.
The problem with Pillow making it to the merge is that outside of her murder shtick, her biggest selling point is her willingness to sacrifice her allies to get what she wants. She'd lose a lot of her admittedly stale humor come merge, as nobody will associate with her out of free will. And again, her main punchline is sacrificing her teammates or her allies to get her way. Nobody's gonna ally with her in the merge, so there is no point for her to make it to the merge using this logic.
Reason 5. Not just a killer. If your reason to not vote for Pillow is because you think she's just a one-gimmick character that only kills, then you will be wrong.
Okay, so your main claim to fame here is that Pillow isn't just a one-trick pony. However, riddle me this, Eggy Man. If she was either smart or a good researcher, wouldn't she have experimented more? Wouldn't she have tried new methods for good luck, seeing if anything good comes from these? Every time without fail, she defaults towards the same one option that she has familiarized herself with. killing. And there is only one episode where she deviates, and that is Teapot 10. And in the last point, I already went over why that wasn't exactly a good episode for Pillow's character. As a good friend of mine put it earlier, researchers don't do the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again expecting different results. That's not quote-unquote research. That's insanity. That is the textbook definition of insanity, doing the same thing dozens of times, expecting a different outcome each time. Pillow just calls it quote-unquote research to justify her madness. Pillow repeatedly tries to research her quote-unquote killing good luck theory, only changing it up in Teapot 10, just to go right back to killing in later episodes. This wasn't a overtime thing where she decided to go and kill again. No, in the snap of a finger, she decides to go and kill people again.
This episode in particular should make it clear that she's not just a killer, she's rather a very smart character. We got to see her be on her own while also doing more researches on other topics besides her killing equals good luck theory and her good deed theory.
For how smart APOY claims Pillow is, sure, she has a few impressive moments like defying gravity in Teapot 5, but more often than not, I'm just gonna put this exactly how a good friend of mine put it. Has she utilized that intelligence of hers to do anything that isn't just killing, deviating for one episode because killing isn't working, then going right back to killing? For the most part, not really.
She definitely has proven time and time again that her character goes boring. In conclusion, these are only a couple of reasons on why I would suggest you go and vote for Pillow in Teapot 16. You could also check out my video that I made on the topic of Pillow if you want to hear more about this character and how truly deep she is as a character. She's definitely one of the best characters still left in the game, and you'll have my eternal gratitude if you were to vote for her to be safe. Maybe even better if you voted her twice. Thank you for your attention everyone, and let's hope for some more researches to be made.
We do not care.
I don't want this outro to just be a blank screen, so here, have some Pac-Man Party gameplay, I guess, while I rant for like 5 minutes. I think I've covered all the points in the video that I disagreed with, which was just about all of them. If I missed something, then my bad, and if I stated anything that's incorrect, then again, feel free to correct me in the comments. Because again, this isn't me acting like my opinion is the objective correct one everyone on the internet has to follow. However, if somebody wants to make a video debating about why you should save a character, someone's going to eventually upload a video debating your points and debunking them if they disagree with them, which is what I did in this case. But that doesn't mean that Pillow fans can't vote for Pillow, and this doesn't mean that APOY's an idiot for wanting to save Pillow. Here's the problem though. We as a community have to fucking stop normalizing this kind of shit. I mean, every episode, or at least most episodes, seem to have a scandal where either somebody's botting the votes, or somebody's making alternative accounts to vote, or there's influencers manipulating their goddamn fan base to make them vote how they want. I'm gonna say it, I'm ripping off the band-aid, addressing the elephant in the room, whatever the hell you want to say. Influencers like APOY need to stop posting videos or making internet posts, whether on their YouTube community tab, on Twitter, on Discord, whatever. We need to stop normalizing making posts about this shit, because they only make these posts when they're desperate to save a character because they know they're in danger. But I don't think they ever consider, maybe there's a reason that there's a clear lack of interest in saving these characters, or there's a reason they're in danger. Almost like the fanbase just doesn't want to save them. Instead of just throwing his hands up in the air and accepting the outcome of this elimination, APOY has the audacity to try and manipulate his fanbase into doing his bidding. He's trying to bend reality to his will because he is too butthurt to accept the fact that not everybody who watches BFDI is a fan of Pillow, and he treats it like, hey, if you're not a fan of Pillow, guess what? You're wrong. No, there is no wrong opinion in BFDI. There's facts and there's opinion. Saying Pillow is a good character is an opinion. Saying Marker is a green marker in recent episodes, that's a fact. There's two different definitions to what an opinion and a fact is, and APOY's entire video seems to be treating it like voting Pillow is the correct way to vote, rather than just, hey guys, this is how I voted and here's why. No, he actively tries to talk to his fans, or talk to whoever stumbles upon the video, hey guys, I voted Pillow and now you're gonna do the same thing because I told you to, and here's my weak ass arguments for why you should do it. That's why I made this video. Not a single point he made in that video was agreeable in the slightest. And I'm not sorry for saying this. Again, this isn't a message to go and harass APOY. This isn't a message to go and harass anybody, really. I mean, sure, the BFDI fan base is known for being questionable at best. Teapot 9's vote race, where people were spewing death threats over Pillow, or Twitter bitching about how Pin and Ice Cube getting out is sexism. I'm not going to get into these topics, but these are clear flaws in the BFDI fan base that need to be highlighted. But back to the actual point here, I'm not saying to go and harass APOY because he wanted to make a video about saving Pillow. What I am going to point out, though, every argument he makes in this video is weak, has its flaws, and that's why I made this video. Because, again, this isn't because I hate Pillow. This is because I'm tired of people like APOY manipulating their fan base to do their bidding. This is pathetic. You have a platform, and rather than do good with it, you contribute to the problem while pretending to be innocent. I've seen his replies in some of the comments calling him out for this, and he's like, oh, I'm not bribing the votes, or oh, this isn't like the Adam situation, this is just quote-unquote persuasion. Yeah, that's not how this works. You are influencing the votes, and that's that. There are different levels to influencing the votes, like telling your friends to vote, telling your fans to vote, bribing people to vote, just straight up making alts. There's many ways you can influence the votes, and each and every one fall under the category of cheating. While we're on the topic of the comments section, fun fact, I left a lengthy comment on there calling APOY out for doing the same thing that he shamed somebody on Twitter for doing, and I think that comment actually got deleted. And why do I think this? I told my friends about it, not a single one of them could find my comment, and one of them looked through the entire comment section. The entire thing from top to bottom. All like 1,600, 1,700 comments. It might be more at this time. But someone looked through all of those comments, and mine wasn't found at all. And I'm willing to believe that he deleted my comment, because there's hearted comments here and there that are supporting his video. So I think he's sweeping his comments, and anybody who provides genuine criticism, their comment gets deleted, and anybody who rides APOY's dick, they get a heart. Again, this is not how you're supposed to treat this. Again, this is manipulating your fan base, so since you can't take criticism via a comment, I'm gonna make a video about this. If you want to respond, then you can respond, or if you want to ignore this entirely, you can ignore this entirely. I'm not fishing for a response. I'm not gonna milk this situation for multiple videos. This is the only video I'm making on this because I'm not a commentary YouTuber. But this just pisses me off, and I felt the need to say something. Alright, I believe that covers that. I believe I'm done ranting now. Sorry for this being such a long conclusion, but I wanted to make sure everything was absolutely laid out bare. This is not at all me going to milk several videos of this, making fun of APOY. That's not what this is. This is the sole video I am making about this, unless APOY makes a video in response, which again, I don't want that. I don't want to fish for a response because I disagree with somebody's opinion on the internet. But what I will do, though, is if you're not going to take my criticism in a comment for calling you out for manipulating your fan base, I am going to make a video about this. And if my comment wasn't deleted and this is a misunderstanding, then I take back some of what I said, because again, I do genuinely think it might just be YouTube not loading my comment, but I also would not be surprised if you deleted my comment just because I called you out for, again, manipulating your fan base or just trying to sway the general opinion for Pillow's favor. So don't expect another video from this topic for me, or a video like this again to begin with, because I'm not a commentary YouTuber. This isn't something I'm gonna do often. This pissed me off enough to have me make a lengthy video on it, because again, if my comment is gonna be silenced, I'm not gonna take that lying down. With all that said and done, have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good night. Whatever time it is for you when you watch this video, just enjoy your day. Just have a nice time. With that said, I'll see you in the next video in like 5 months from now, because my upload schedule is brilliant. Alright, see you guys then. This was fun.